My people stuck in their ways, denying the power and busy refusing to change. They charge it all to the game, but we got the keys that we need to open them gates. They taking drugs for the pain, the pills and the lean and the weed, they been hitting the same. They say it pours when it rains, the fire from heaven is drowning the city in flames. Cause we never sleep, and this war that we fighting is not for the weak. And we got the power to burn on the tower. If we talking about scriptures, we armed to the teeth. Cause we never sleep, and this war that we fighting is not for the weak. And we got the power to burn on the tower. If we talking about scriptures, we armed to the teeth. Okay, you know the prophets, we don't play. I see a king when I look in the mirror, and y'all niggas yoga like yo play. We playing chess when we blitz in these churches, then we look at them like yo play. My people sleep on the God, but he wake them up with the prophets like obey. Hey, y'all better wake up, they steady lying on Jacob. Me and my sin had to break up.
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
So God had the record of Christ written, the description of Christ written. Why? Because Christ said that in the last days, false Christ shall arise. And that happened when we was in slavery. The white man set up himself as God and Christ. But the Bible gave a description because God knew the future. Because God knows from everlasting to everlasting. So he know slavery would happen. We would lose our history, our culture. We would lose everything. And then the white man would change the true image to a lie. So watch that.
And he sent and signified by his angel unto his servant John, who bear record of the word of God.
So John bear record of what he do? He wrote everything that God showed him. Watch that.
And the testimonies of Jesus Christ and of all things that he saw.
So John wrote everything that God showed him. John the Revelator. Watch what he showed him. Give me 13.
Verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks.
So if you look here on this poster here, you see 7 candlesticks lighting with fire. Watch that.
One like unto the Son of Man.
And the Son of Man is Jesus Christ. Read.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle.
Read on.
His head and his were white like wool.
So he said Christ here on his head and the hairs on his face white like wool. Wool is a texture. Woolly hair is like sheep hair. Curly, nappy, or kinky. That's woolly hair because there's 2 types of hair on earth. Long straight hair, woolly hair. So the Bible says Christ had woolly hair.
That's right. As white as snow.
As white as snow. So Christ had fully white hair. Wisdom, right? Watch, read that.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So his eyes was red with wine because he drank wine in moderation.
And his feet.
So he said, and his feet. So I'm looking at your foot and what color is your body. So we're given a description of Christ's feet.
Like unto fine brass.
What color is brass? Brass is brown. That original color when they take out brass from the earth is brown. Right? Because now when they refine it, they get different color, like a kind of ghoulish. But original brass is brown. So the Bible says Christ looked brown already. But let's see how brown. Well, a kind of copper-ish. Copper. Right. So watch that. So he said Christ is brown, but let's see how brown he was.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So he said he was so dark, like if he was born. Because you know people that say, oh, how that man black so God leave him in, you understand? Yeah, so you see that? So he said Christ was so dark as if they burnt in a furnace. So let me ask you this. Why is it that everybody, almost everybody, because if I take a look at your land, which one is Christ? Most of them point that. Why is it that everybody think that is Christ? That's it, because this is the image of the beast. That's what I'm telling you.
That's right.
But all people, give me Matthew 24 now. Let me show you that. Because God knew all this thing was going to happen. So he had everything written in the Bible, so the true followers would go and read and see what no. These men lying because Christ here, false Christ will come. The Bible says Christ black, but the white man give us that.
Because they want us to worship them. So
yes, they want us to worship them.
they call themselves in God to worship them because they want.
That is exactly what happened, because in slavery, they indoctrinated us. You do know that many of these people here, the Indians, native Indians here, was slaughtered because they didn't want to worship this. Because when the white man come, they knew who they were. But the white man come and try to force them to worship the white image. But that is the image of the beast. Christ is a black man. You understand? Let's go.
The book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 4. And Jesus answered and said unto them,
Read.
Take heed that no man deceive you.
So Christ knew what was going to happen in the future. So he warned the people at that time, the Jews, take heed, don't let nobody come and deceive you. And now we live in this city. Watch that.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ.
And they say that how the conquistadors came over here saying they are the Christians. So they come with the Bible in one hand and another sword. And they tell them, worship us, or worship this image, or they would kill them. And what happened? Many of them rejected that and they were slaughtered. The native Indians over here were slaughtered by the millions. Christopher Columbus and all these men came over here and slaughtered them. Right? Read.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
And all the Christian churches today are deceived. They think this is Christ here. So even in the movie, people accept that. But when we prove that Christ is black, you know the first thing people say, oh, it don't matter. Well, it don't matter. All the time when they're watching this in the movie, you're saying, well, why does he put up a white Christ? You understand? But it only matters when the truth come out, because people don't like the truth, they hate it. You understand? Read.
Verse 24, For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
And the elect wouldn't be deceived. Why? Because they're going to go into the Bible and see that the Bible says Christ is a black man.
That's
because
right.
This is a history book. Do you know that this is a history book? Give me Deuteronomy 28. Let me show you something. Because I went to church for almost all my life, and I never knew slavery was Bible prophecy. God say he has a chosen people, and if they obey, he's going to set them above everybody. If they break the commandments, they're going to be below. Shackle and chain. All this thing is in the Bible. Oh, people don't know that.
They won't follow instruction that they give.
That is it. So let me show you. 28 and 15.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So it shall, future prophecy, because this was written approximately 3,000 years before it happened. Watch it.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he say, if you don't listen, all these curses, and a curse is a bad thing, right? Right, and imagine that God say you put curses upon them, right? Let's see that. Give me 32, watch it.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So he says sons and daughters will be taken and given to another people, meaning they was taken and sold to other people. Because when I watch movie like 12 Years a Slave and Ruth, the children was taken away and the woman was crying, oh God, master, give me back the child. And the master sold the child. She couldn't get them back. Let me show you that. Read.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So look at this here. We have a black man, a black woman, and we have a child. Look who is in the audience. White people. White people in the back here. You see, he put up his hand. So he's actually saying $500 for a black nigga. Right? So look at the child. They don't even selling the children. That is written in the Bible. Read.
And there shall be no might in thy hand.
And look at this. He don't have no power because all the white men, they had guns, they had whips. The black man had no power. He was powerless. They couldn't get back the children. Give me 41. Watch this.
Verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters.
So in slavery, say we're going to make children, read.
But thou shalt not enjoy them.
But we're not going to enjoy our children, read.
For they shall go into captivity.
Imagine you have your kids, you have your wife, and you can't enjoy your children because as soon as the child born and the child could walk, the slave master take the child and put it in slavery. I saw a documentary where he talk about they found bones of children as young as 3 years old that was worked to death on a plantation. Imagine like a children that work sun up to sundown. I'm telling you, I was so shocked because what people fail to understand, the white man hiding a lot of our history of what they did. Do you know that they tied? No, they wouldn't, and they hiding some of them. We have a book that shows that they tied the two legs on two opposite horses of a black man and ripping in half. If you watch the Levi jeans, you would see that he have something like that on it, trying to tear the pants. And people buying it. That is how they mock us today. They don't know. You understand? Read it over again.
Verse 41. Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity.
And the children went into captivity just like the parents. Sun up to sundown. Our children, you have children that was born in slavery and they died in slavery. That is our history. What does that prove? That we are the people of the book. Because the Bible says this is only going to happen to one group of people, God's people.
That's right.
48. Watch that. Because I never knew shackles and chains was in the Bible. I never knew slave ships was in the Bible. We will show all of that. Read that.
Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
So our enemies, hear that? Because what we fail to understand is the people, for somebody to rape, rob, murder, enslave, take away history and heritage, they could never love you. You understand? So God called them our enemies, read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
And God sent them. Why? Because all forefathers was rebellious. All through the Bible. Read.
In hunger,
So for food we had to serve on the plantation. Today we still have to serve the system to get food.
and in thirst,
For water we had to serve on the plantation. Now we had to pay. Water falling from the sky free. And we had to pay. If we don't pay now, what's what happen? They cut it off. So we still under oppression and bondage. Read.
and in nakedness,
So for the clothes on our back, we don't make it, we bring in that imported. Read.
and in want of all things.
Anything we want, we have to go to the system. Look at this. They say we're independent in Grenada, but we're still under His Majesty. We have His Majesty's prison. Well, it was Her Majesty's, but she died, so the son take over. You understand? But we're free. I tell it, you understand? Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron
And he, the same slave master, the oppressor, shall put a what?
a yoke of iron.
Shackles and chains is written in the Holy Bible. Our slave master did that to us. You can pull out your phone now and Google shackle and chain, and what race of people you see coming up? Let me hear. Black people. What does that
Them
prove?
other people that wasn't savior, they were walking.
They was indentured servants. If you go in Trinidad, they see a lot of them, they came over from India and they was paid to come and set up thing here. But we were the only one that was forcibly taken from the west coast of Africa, brought over here like sardines, and we're going to show you that, back on cargo slave ships. So, but did you know that was in the Bible? But a lot of people don't know that.
Bible talk about
Right, so read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck
Read.
until he have destroyed thee.
So right, so we were destroyed mentally. That is why we started serving this demon here. Right? The white man come and bring that. Give me 68. Let me show you the slave ships. 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Egypt, because when you do the history, our forefathers served 400 years of hard bondage in Egypt. And then the Mosai took Moses, raised him up to deliver them out of Egypt. So now he's telling them, I'm going to bring you back into Egypt again with ship. Egypt means bondage or slavery. Let me show you that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 5 and verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage.
So here we call Egypt house of bondage. So when we read Deuteronomy 28 again.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Bring us into bondage again with ships. The only time our people went into slavery or bondage with ships as an entire nation was the transatlantic slave trade. Well, the trans-Saharan slave trade as well, because the Arabs also had our forefathers in slavery. Right? They had us in slavery before the transatlantic. Read.
By the way whereof I spake.
You see it here? Arab, white man, African. These form confederacy to take us and put us in slavery. Look at it here. Inspection and sale of a Negro. So all these nations had us in slavery. So people follow Islam today, not knowing that the Muslims also enslaved. Look at it here, beating them to follow Islam. That's why a lot of black people going over there now. You understand? Just like Christianity. So it's two religions, same devil they worshiping. Because anything other than the law, statutes, and commandments, you're worshiping another God. So watch that. Read it. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
So the homeland, our homeland is Jerusalem. Israel is our true homeland. We fled from Israel into Africa in 70 AD when Titus and Vespasian, the Romans came and destroyed Jerusalem. So we went to the west coast of Africa and we stayed over there for about 1,000 years. And then the white man, the Arabs and the Africans took us and brought us over here and sold us through the Caribbean, through America. All this is history. We have books proving that and it's on the internet. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto you.
Hold on. So he said there. So once we got off the slave ship, so the job some in Trinidad, Barbados, Grenada, St. Kitts, up the islands. But think about that. Now they call us Trinidadian, Grenadian, but all of us come over on the same set of slave ships. Same people, they drop us on different islands, now they tell us we are different nationalities. But common sense tell us, but no, we look alike, we speak alike, we have the same interests, we're the same people. But the white man love to divide and do what? Conquer. That is it. That is it, the trick. Yes, read. Divide and rule. Even says the last thing about that, read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies,
We are being sold unto our enemies.
For bondmen
For bondmen meaning slave men
and bondwomen,
and slave women.
and no man shall buy you.
And nobody, that means save or redeem. Give me 29. Because our people, you have a plaque right over in the market there that tells you that Negroes were sold over right there. You understand? So give me that, redeem.
Verse 29.
29, yeah.
Verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday,
Meaning we searching, you see that?
as a blind gropeth in darkness.
So as a blind man searching, we black people searching. That's why we go into Christianity, Islam. Because we're searching for our one true God, not understanding that our one true God, all we have to do is go into the Bible and see Him and seek Him out. Because God, everything God wants us to know about Him and Christ, He put it right here.
That's right.
Watch this.
And thou shalt not prosper, and thou shalt not prosper in thy ways,
Now we're going to prosper, read.
and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
And we only oppress and spoil. Anywhere you go, we in the ghettos and the slums. Look how we had to be in the market selling, sun up to sundown, hand to mouth we live in. Why is it? Because we are the people of God. That is why we catching hell today. Because we are the one that transgress against God. Read.
And no man shall save thee.
You know, he said we're going to be oppressed and no man shall save us. Morris Bishop tried here, he wasn't able to save us. The Americans get Bernard Code on him to kill Morris Bishop. In America, Martin Luther King tried to save black people. What happened? They kill him. Malcolm X tried, they kill him. Anytime a black man stand up for his people, the white man always come against him and kill him. That is it. So that's what we're trying to show people. Show them that, listen, we are the Israelites. Let me show you that our names are going to be changed as well. Watch that.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
So it's an astonishment because we was once the greatest people on earth. Because everybody knows that the black man was the first person on earth because God take the dust of the ground and created man. So the first man was a black man. Exactly. So we were supposed to be the greatest, but now we are astonishment. Why? Because they call us what now? Nigger, coon, all these names they call us. Wait.
A proverb and a byword.
So they call us a proverb now, meaning a wise saying. So like anything you want to hide from a nigger, do what? Put it in a book. So to make yes, right. That is it. Black people don't like to read. You see that? Read.
And a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee.
And a byword meaning what? Now they call us Grenadians, Trinidadians, Americans, Haitians. They ain't calling us Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulon, because these was our God-given names. But they change it. That is a white man tactic, to always change the name of the people so you can never identify with the Bible. Because they don't want you to know who you are. I'm telling you. And most of our people, they walk and they say, that don't matter. Okay, a lot of people like to say, okay, when we read out the true image, they say, well, yes, the Bible says Christ is black. But they like to say it don't matter. So if he black, exactly. Exactly, because if it don't matter what you look like, why they change it? Because if it don't matter, they wouldn't change it. But they change it because they know that is psychological warfare. Because once you get somebody to believe what you want them to believe, you can always control them. And that's what the white man do. So they come with Christianity and they tell, oh, just believe in Christ. Because all people don't want to do any